make the decision even harder for me. Hello all. Hello Wendy. Hello everyone. I would like to confirm that winter has started. We now can hibernate, start to drink hot chocolate and eat winter food. Oxtail. Oh, I'm in the mood for oxtail. Okay. How are we all? Are we all good? Okay, so it's a yoga class today. I was I don't know, playing between hatha yoga and flowy yoga, and then I decided on flowy yoga for today. So Lou's like, oh. So lie down on your backs, hugging your knees.
Was that the right decision?
We're all very lazy.
I like hatha yoga.
I know, we're going to do it tomorrow. Louis doesn't like, he didn't sleep well, so he's lazy and tired. And just take your legs from side to side, take your arms out. I'm yawning still. You do have to realize that I get up 5 minutes before the class. So I'm still asleep.
It's half an hour.
I mean, at this stage, seeing that I had my pants on, my trousers on the wrong way yesterday, at this stage, I'm contemplating doing it in my pajamas. Maybe we'll have a pajama day. And back to the middle, and just up and down spinal curls. Get that back loose as a goose. Keep the feet nice and close to your bum, feet underneath the knees, and just spinal curl. We are going to go up into a bridge with this, which is a good one. It's a good exercise. Look at Louise like, what? You can even play around with her arms a little bit. I think we will get a band soon and do thumbs out. Okay, and then lift up into your bridge. Find your bridge. Tuck your bum in. You can hold on to your hips. You can have your arms next to your sides. That's completely up to you. I think we are going to do a little bit of exercises later on in the week. Okay, squeeze up, tailbone tucked in, ribs tucked in. And we're going to do a little stretchy stretch today. So you're going to take your left arm over towards your right, squeeze up with your bum, and just hold that. Unless your shoulder doesn't like that. If your shoulder doesn't like that, then don't do it. And bring it back into bridge. Tuck the tailbone up, ribs in, hold the bridge. Don't put pressure on your neck. The pressure is on your shoulders, upper back, more or less. Then take the right arm over towards the left, stretch it out, squeeze up your bum. And just like a squeeze. And bring it back to the middle. Squeeze it up. Up with the bum. You're going to take the left one over again into that stretch. Stretch it out. Squeeze the bum. Get a stretch into that waist. Keep the bum lifted. Ribs tucked in. And bring it back. And the other side. Oh, hello, Bubbles. And bring it back. Slowly go down. Put your back down bit by bit and hug in your knees. Stretch out your back. Little bubbles. And then you're going to put your left leg down. Hug in your right leg. And straighten that leg out to the ceiling. Grab it wherever it can. Give it a little bit of a wiggle and a turn. Just loosen it up a little bit. It helps if it moves a little bit. Sometimes that, depending on, it's not really issues even, but sometimes that joint gets a bit stuck. Unstuck it painlessly, please. So you can play around. And then come back to where the knee is extended, foot is slightly flexed. Louis, your hamstrings is amazing.
Thank you, Didi.
I'm completely gobsmacked. This has changed a lot, you know.
Has it really?
So Louis' flexibility in his hamstrings has really gone to the next level.
I Notice.
Okay, now grab your left leg and hand over your right calf. And you're going to push that leg down all the way to the floor, very slowly. Look at Bubbles. Very slowly, you can grab on the underside as well. You don't have to put it down. You can hold on to it at the bottom if you can't get, this is a back twist. So depending on your back flexibility, you won't probably get over. It also stretches a little bit into the hips. Now the opposite shoulder should be down, but it's quite difficult to get it down in this stretch. So if you want to put your leg down and you feel you're lifting up, do that. Lift up a little bit and then rotate over back as far as you can. And if you can't touch the floor, that's absolutely fine. Just push it down as far as you can. It's a big stretch. I don't think anyone's shoulders is on the floor at this stage.
So it's more important to take the leg down.
Yeah. You can have it lifted and have the shoulder down. It doesn't matter. Either or. But it's almost easier to lift up the shoulder and put the leg down because they don't have that weight in your hands. Very confusing sometimes. I confuse myself. Now bring that leg back all the way to the middle. Rotate it back. Grab it in for a stretch. And are you up?
Yeah.
Lift up again. Now grab your toes or your calf on the inside with your right leg. And now we're going to take the leg out into the opposite direction. And this hip that's on the floor needs to stay down. So take that leg out. We're crisscrossing. It's fine. You can crisscross over me.
It's okay.
You don't have to. It's not going to go anyway. So it's fine. Keep this side down on the floor and just take that leg out to the other side. You can either grab the calf, the inside of the knee, wherever it's comfortable, as long as the other side is down on the floor. And bring it back. You can bend the knee, bringing it back. Straighten it out. Again, just move it around a little bit and just make sure that socket is not trapped somewhere. Bend in that knee. Slide that leg down the mat. Okay, other side. Bring in the other knee. Straighten out. Ha! Leg. Louis' hamstrings at this stage is more flexible than mine. So give it a little swirl to loosen it up. We can measure with the right side inside of me now.
No, yours is definitely further. I can see it.
It's so tight. It's my new jogging walking. My son, I said to him, are you going to come jogging with me? He's like, you mean walking? So embarrassing. Okay, so we're going to take it over first. So grab the right hand over the left calf. Take the opposite hand down and rotate over. And again, you can either hand half rotation with the shoulder down, or you can put the foot down and lift up the shoulder. Wherever you feel that twist. I'm going to put my leg on Louis, so my shoulder's going to stay down. And just hold that. Nice little twist. Louis is shaking a little bit.
It's a stupid sofa, it's not nice.
And just let that stretch. Fun time, shoulder down or not. Now bring it back, rotate it back. Find a nice little secure place for that leg again. Stretch it out. Woo. And now we're going to go the other way. So you're lifting up with your left hand, either next to your leg or your toes. It doesn't matter where you go. And the other side is staying down and you're opening up that leg with the other side pushing down. And you're stretching. I feel very open. Hold it there. Such fun. My hand is going to slip out of my toe now. And then my foot's going to go back with a massive speed. Rotate it back. You can bend the knee. Grab the leg again. Give it a last little stretch. And also move it around a little bit now because now it's been in quite a big wide angle stretch. Hug in both knees. You've been stretched to the max. Roll it up all the way to the top. Turn around onto your hands and knees. Push into a cat stretch. Tuck your toes under. Push it back a little bit on those toes. Keep that cat back. And you should feel that the toes stretching when you do that. Bring it back. Stand cat. Push away from the shoulders. Navel to spine. Reverse into cow. Lift up your chest. Back into cat. Push back into that seated child cat thingy with the toes under. Bring it back, tummy in, navel to spine. And go into cow again. And this time really try and lift up your chest. And you're molding a big, those big exercise balls with your back. So a big exercise ball should fit on your back because your chest is lifted. You can even go onto your fingers, lift up a little bit more, just to get that reverse motion into your thoracic spine. Let the toes go. Come back to neutral, tuck your toes under, downward dog, and stretch. One leg at a time, just to get that calf stretch in. We've stretched the hips and everything, we just need to get the calves loose. Shoulders nice and strong, tummy in, heels down, legs straight if you can, and you can bounce it a little bit. Don't jerk it, just bounce. Heels behind the toes, forwards to plank. Tuck in the navel to spine, shoulders strong. Hold the plank, push back on your heels. Knees down and slide into your cobra unless your back doesn't like that, Louis. And again, open up that chest. Navel to spine. Open up the chest. Back to child's pose. I'll have to tuck in my shirt for this. Okay, we're just going to repeat the flow. So we're not going to, it's not a crazy difficult flow. We're just going to repeat it the whole time to get the kind of stretch and motion in that you want to get in. I like that. It's like a sun salutation repeat. So from there, go into downward dog. Power up. It's a nice flow, but it's a fast flow. Lift up your right leg, tuck it into your chest. Hold it there. Come forward into that plank. Hold the knee there. Push it back again. And next time, put that foot down to the front of the mat. Lift up into a high lunge. Take your right arm forward and left arm back. And then windmill your arms down to the mat. Step it into the front of the mat. Fold over your legs. Your hamstrings is where you want it, so slightly bend or straight, it's up to you. Roll it up all the way to the top. Take a nice deep breath in. And tabletop. From tabletop into a forward bend, exhale out, slightly bent legs. We're going to step back on our right leg. Put the foot down into a warrior two and windmill your arms into warrior two. So tuck your bum in, hold that pose, shoulders back and down, knee bend, bending towards the outside. We're just going to hold and flow, very simple. We usually do that. I'm in the mood for some repeat. So slide it forward and push it back into dancing warrior. Stretch, slide it back into side angle pose. Back to warrior two. And we're going to windmill the arms all the way down to the mat. Step back to downward dog. Push the heels back, straighten out the legs. Nice, powerful downward dog. You can walk it in a little bit. By the end of this should feel nice and your heels should be a lot closer to the floor, forwards to plank. Tailbone tucked in, legs straight, quads engaged, knees down and slide into your cobra. Nice deep chest lift, shoulders back and down. Downward facing dog. Step them in a little bit closer than usual. So if you've got quite a wide downward dog, just step it in a little bit. You should feel that stretching way more. We're going to lift up the left leg, nice and high in a straight line. Tuck it into our chest, come forwards into that plank and hold. Push it back. And this time step it forward to go into a high lunge and hold. Back leg strong, front knee bend. Open up the left arm, put the right arm back into that twist. Windmill the arms to the front of the mat, step it into a forward bend. Exhale down. Inhale, roll it up all the way to the top. Take a nice deep breath in. Navel to spine, dip into tabletop. Nice deep breath in and out. Exhale down into a forward bend. Keep your knees slightly bent, forward bend. Step back on your left leg, put it into a warrior position. I'm going to be with my back to you. Open up into warrior two. Knee out, back leg strong, bum tucked in. You can see Louis. Slide forward and then back into dancing warrior. Back to warrior two. Slide into a side angle pose. Stretch it out. Back to warrior two. Windmill your arms to the front of the mat and step it back to downward dog. And again, just bring your feet a little bit closer, navel to spine, legs straight. See if you can start to get those heels down. Don't force them. Just let them be for 2 breaths. Forwards to plank. Keep this if your back doesn't like it. Navel to spine, shoulders back, knees down, slide into your cobra. And open up that chest as you lift, shoulders back and down. And you should feel that spine also easing up a little bit. Back to downward dog. Don't do that if it's painful.
I'll just do it short.
So hold that stretch again, let the calves go. Lift up your right leg again. Tuck it into your chest and hold. Come forward, back. Nice and straight, just hold this position. Push it back in that straight line. And forward again. And drop that foot on the floor. Lift up, oops, into your high lunge. Tummy in, back leg strong. Open up, right arm forward, left arm back. Windmill your arms forward and step it into a forward bend. Nice and graceful. Fold over your legs. Exhale down, inhale, roll it up all the way to the top. Stack your spine. Take a nice deep breath in, tuck your tailbone in, and dip it forward, pivot into a tabletop, hold for a breath. Easy tabletop, straight tabletop. Straighten out your spine, tuck in your tummy, engage your legs, and then exhale into a forward bend. Step back, bend your knees, hands to the mat, step back on your right leg. Put the foot down into warrior two and windmill your arms up into warrior two. Hold, knee out, back leg strong, bum tucked in. Slide forward and into a dancing warrior. Back to warrior two. Side angle pose. Stretch that arm over. Back to warrior two. Windmill your arms all the way to the floor. Gracefully turn that back foot in, step it back to downward dog. I said graceful there, I dropped my foot. Boom. Step it in, drop the heels. See if it feels a little bit better already. Everything nice and strong and straight. Forwards to plank. Tuck that tailbone in. Knees down, slide into your cobra. Shoulders back. Chest open. Back to downward dog. Step in the feet nice and close so that you can get that heel drop and push back. Tummy in, back straight. Lift up the left leg, tuck it into your chest and hover. Push it back. And tuck it into your chest, bring it to the front of the mat, lift up into a high lunge. Shoulders back and down, tummy in, back leg strong. Open up, left arm forward, right arm back. And windmill your arms all the way to the front of the mat. Step into a forward bend. Exhale it down. Get the weight to the front of your feet while you're there. Roll it up all the way to the top. Take a nice deep breath in. And pivot from the hips. Dip into a tabletop. Find your tabletop. Keep it straight. Weight to the front of the feet. If your knees is locked down, just be careful if you go down into that forward bend. Exhale it down into the forward bend. Step back on your left leg into a warrior two. Windmill your arms up into warrior two. Nice wide stance if you can. Knee out, back leg strong, bum tucked in. Hips forward. Slide forward and into a dancing warrior. And back to the beginning. Side angle pose. Stretch. Back to warrior two. Windmill your arms to the front of the mat. And step it back to downward dog. Hold for a breath. Forwards to plank. Knees down. And slide into your cobra. Open up your chest, shrug the shoulders back. Back to child's pose. Back to child's pose. So we're going to do child's pose. And while we're in child's pose, you can put your elbows down. You're just going to lift up your bum and walk your hands forward a little bit. So you're in that puppy pose where your chest is down and your bum is lifted. Just let your back stretch in the other direction. You can go forward a little bit more if you want to get that chest down. I don't know what to do with the head, if I'm honest. Maybe turn it. I love puppy pose. Just relax into that. See if you can get that inversion in your back. Or opposite stretch, really. Now walk it back and push it down into child's pose and just stay in child's pose. With your bum down, you can thread the needle left through right. Stay in that twist. Bring it back to child's pose and thread right through left. So again, your spinal twisting the thoracic spine from this angle. You get the lumbar spine on the floor. This one is thoracic. And bring it back. And then sit up a little bit. We're going to do the severe one where we really just isolate the thoracic spine, and then we'll do puppy again. So we're getting a lot of movement into this bit of your spine, which tends to do this. Cryptos, I think cryptosis is the right word. Juno! Okay, so hook your left arm against your left leg so that you don't move. And then you're going to bring the other arm over. You can grab your back, or you can just hold on to your back, your head. But you can just bind. That's easier if your shoulder allows it. Okay, into that twist. Just a little bit of a shoulder lift. Rotate back to the middle. You can let that arm go. Come back all the way to the middle. Switch arms. And go up the other way. Bind or in the air or parallel your shoulder. That's up to you. Rotate back. Go into child's pose. Then you put your elbows down again. Lift up your bum. Once it's lifted, just push into a cat stretch quickly just to counter stretch that. Relax the back into a neutral spine. Walk it forward into puppy again. Push the chest down as far as you can. This is a very nice little upper back stretch. If your neck is very sore, if you sit at the desk a lot, this is a very good counter stretch. If you do the twists we've just done, and your back should feel a lot better.
What do you want? I can't be down.
You don't have to go down. You just need to push it down. So it doesn't have to touch the floor, but the pressure is going in that direction. Also, shoulders back and down. It's a nice little scapular upward rotation, which is serratus anterior work. So obviously, if you don't have motion or flexibility in this bit of your shoulders, you're going to struggle with that extension and upward rotation. And bring it back to the top, hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Just do cat and cow, just to relax that back. And if you've got quite a tight upper back, you should feel that.
Mm-hmm.
And then find a neutral spine, elbow to spine. Neutral spine, your toes is in, so just be aware of that. And then we're going to twist one last time. This is going to add a little bit into the lumbar spine as well. Right arm up, stay in that twist. This is also working the scapular muscles. You're going to thread the needle but not put it down. So you're just threading it through, stretching out, back to child's. So hands and knees. Okay, navel to spine, toes tucked in, lift up the left arm, hold. Thread the needle, don't put it down, just go for that stretch. And back to hands and knees. You can sit back on your heels, lean back a little bit for that stretch. Can you believe we're done? Louis got a conference call again. So what we did today is a lovely thoracic twist. We did a nice lumbar one at the bottom when we were on our backs, and we just did a sun salutation twice, to be honest, which was fun. Take a nice deep breath in. And stretch out, drop the shoulders down, tuck the tailbone in. So if you were arching like that, just keep it straight. And bring the hands down into the chest. Have a lovely day. See you all tomorrow. Are you in your pajamas? So I can't see you. I had a friend yesterday who said that she just loves it because all the stuff she doesn't want to do or can't do, she just leaves. You should do that. Not that I ever do that. I don't know why people are so scared of me in my class.
Yes, you do.
I do it with Louis, with Minion, but I think I'm legally allowed to do that. I'm not legally allowed to do that to anyone else. Okay, so have a lovely day. See you all tomorrow. Bye.